Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another makeup diaries. So today I kind of decided to use two of my palettes that I'm gonna film monthly haul with tomorrow. I also want to use two other ones before I'm gonna film that haul, but today I kind of combined my Blend Bunny and Lint collection and the Somana 2 Moon Wish palette by Uden's Eye to create this purpley blue look. So from the Salmona 2 palette by Uden's Eye, I kind of used a lot of other things. So I started with the shade Space, this blue one, in the crease. Then I also used Dark Matter on the lower lash line. I have Pluto in the first half of the lid, and this one was kind of harder to use because I don't know if it's like hard band or if it's just like harder to pick up, because it was really hard to pick it up on the brush and it was even hard to use with my fingers. I also have Neptune on the outer part and a little bit of Universe on the lower lash line. So I kind of combine a lot of different shades, and honestly I think it's a great formula. But I did have a problem with the shade Pluto. It was kind of like too jelly and I didn't really want it, well, jelly, like sticky, and I didn't want it to leave the pan. And then the Blend Bunny and Lint palette, which I love. It's so colorful and beautiful. I used Nobody to blend out the blue matte shade. I also have Lily in the outer part and a little bit of Rowley on the lower lash line. And I don't have any of the shimmers, there's only two. So I've used a couple of the mattes here and they're obviously wonderful. Like, I knew that this one is great. I do remember it being wonderful, but I haven't used it in like almost a month because I filmed the review quite a while ago. So yeah, I have the Wet n Wild Mega Last eyeshadow primer and then the NYX glitter primer. I have my Amethyst Hour cream gel liner by Colourpop. Then my Got to Be brow gel. I've used, for my brows, I've used the same as yesterday, which I don't actually know if you saw that, but I used this, this Softly shade by Uden's Eye from the Christmas Eve palette. And I think I'm gonna hit a pan soon. I also used this new Frankened eyeshadow, which you probably already saw on my channel, and if it is up I will link it down below, but I've frankened a couple of shades. So this one is the Silvery Dream by Uden's Eye from the Christmas Eve palette, and then also a Lucid highlighter by She Glam from the Chromazone line. So I kind of mixed them together because the Uden's Eye shade was too dark and too silvery and also too chunky, and then I want to use up the what is it called, the highlighter from She Glam. So this is how the shade looks like. I mean, it's just such a beautiful like gray base with green pink shift. I absolutely love this one, and I used that in the inner corner, and then I also topped it a little bit with my Pando's eyeshadows shade, and it's the shade Idol from Little Cosmetics. And then I also have this as a highlighter on my face. And then for my blush, maybe if I can get it out, is the shade Chiffon by Colourpop. It's the Super Chic blush. As you can see, I don't have much of it. Hopefully I'll use it up at some point. And then mascara is the Firework mascara by Maybelline. And then I have the Sky and then Free concealer from Rimmel. I'm getting super low on this one, so I actually took it here with me, even though normally I only have it at my house. I have the shade Tan Fair. It's not that great, or maybe my skin is weird today, but it's been kind of creasing on the under eye area, and it's kind of not the nicest looking, that's how I'm gonna say that, but otherwise the look looks really nice. I love the highlighter and the blush together, it's so pretty. And my lip combo. Where's the liner here? I have the Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade, the perfect shade. And I paired it with this Udens Eye and Angelica collaboration lipstick. It's from the Halloween bundle. And this one is the Shine lipstick in the shade Spectral. It's kind of like a dusty pink that I have been using quite a lot because I'm very close on finishing that. I don't really have much in there anymore. And the prospect of finishing it makes me very happy. So yeah, this is kind of the close-up look. I mean, I love the eyeshadows. I think it's very pretty and very like fun. I just don't know what happened with the shimmer shade. It kind of like, it either didn't show up at all or then it started being like really chunky. I mean, it didn't crease or anything, or maybe there's just like a itty crease, but it lasts really nice and it's very foiled. I would just wish for that to be easier to pick up. Hi guys, so here's my second look with the Bitten palette by Gourmand Girls. And today I kind of focus on the like more bluer and like tealier tones. So I started with the Elemental Dust to kind of put it all throughout the inner part and the crease. Then I have the shade Haunted in the outer crease and on the lid. I have Shapeshifter in the outer, in the outer part of the lower lash line, and then I added the Elemental Dust in the beginning. And then I have the shade Hysteria all over the lid. And it is such a stunning shade. It's like a blue to purple, and then you shift it and it's like green. And it is just so insanely beautiful. Like, it is just such a pretty shift. I've already worn it for many hours. No creasing, nothing. I'm gonna try to film like a close-up to show you how it looks like. And I also use the shade Mina in the inner corner as well. An accident happened in the shade Euphoria. I scratched my nail in there, which is so annoying, but you know, sometimes it happens. But then we only have, how many shades do we have left? We have Vampira, Fangs, Immortal, and Nosferatu to use, and the shade Slayer, this one. So we're gonna play with those tomorrow, and I can't wait for that. Like, it is so beautiful and such a perfect like anti-Valentine palette, and I'm enjoying that so much. That's for the palette. Then for the rest of my makeup, so I've used the same primers as always, so the Wet n Wild and the NYX glitter primer. I have the same brow product, so Brow This Way by Rimmel and the Got To Be Brow Gel. Then I have my Essence Lash Like a Boss Mascara Super Stay Concealer by Maybelline. I have this Udens Eye Soma Ledger Liner in the shade number 4. I have this NYX Professional Makeup Matte Lip Liner, the Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Free Spirit. And the Udens Eye and Angelica lipstick, and this one is the Shine like lip gloss in the shade Spectral. As a blush, I decided to do completely different blush and highlighter today, and because I just needed some change. So I've used two products that I haven't used in, I don't know, like maybe 4 months. And the blush is the liquid blush from Beauty Bay in the shade Peaches. It's a wonderful blush. I always forget how nice it is. It's a bit, I feel like it goes a bit more coral than peach for me, at least like the typical peach that brands usually use. This is like more coral like. And then I have the NYX and Fate doing Saga collaboration highlighter like duo, and I've used the tealy part just because I feel like it fits wonderfully with this whole look. So yeah, that's what we're looking like, and I love this. So I can't wait to try this for the third time. But with that being said, let's get into the next look. Hi guys, so here's another makeup look. So if the light is like too strong, but it just started to like slightly set. The sun just slowly started to set, so it's kind of strange. But today I kind of went with like a orange look, and I actually wanted to make it slightly darker, so I kind of created like a smoky orange look. First I wanted to have like a slightly deeper crease tone that would still be very much cohesive with my hair and stuff. So I used the gingerbread. This is my depotted shade from Merry Christmas Pad by Uden's Eye. And as I said, it's called gingerbread. It looks way lighter on camera, but it's pretty dark orange. It's like you're kind of asking like, is it orange or is it brown? It's somewhere in between. I would wish this was lighter. Maybe I'm gonna mix it with yellow and franken it at some point. But right now, that's kind of what I used in the crease. And then all over the lid, to kind of really deepen it up, I used my Silmana 2 palette. This is my Project Pen palette for this year. And I've used this Black Hole shade. It's a deep black matte. And then I also used the shade Warm Light that I'm getting pretty good uses out of. In the top crease, on the lower part, in the inner corner, as well, like kind of all over. So it's literally like the darkest is on the lid, then the mid-tone is in the crease, and then the lightest is kind of all around. And I love this shade. This one is one of my favorite shades in my collection. And then for shimmers, I actually have a combination of two shimmers that I've depotted from the from the Christmas Eve palette. And I frankened them together yesterday for me. You haven't seen that video yet. Or maybe you did actually. If you did, or if it is already on my channel, I will link it down below. But I have them in this Miyo Makeup The Frog's Tale palette. And it's this shade right here. So this one is combination of the Filting Time from how's it called, Christmas Eve, and also the, I think it's a little star, I think that's called. Let me get my spreadsheets. Snow Light. I'm completely wrong, which I actually have over here on its own as well, but this one I kind of mixed both of them. So this one is a mixture of the shade All Right from the Merry Christmas palette and the shade Filting Time from Christmas Eve. And then I also used the shade Snow Light from the Christmas Eve palette. It's this yellow that I've repressed over here. So I have them in this Frog's Tale palette, but it's the Uden's Eye shades. Then I've used this depotted shade. This is the shade Softly from the Christmas Eve. Will you see it correctly? Maybe like this. I have that in my brows. I've actually used that yesterday in my brows, and it's a pretty nice shade for right now where I have like orange and red, like mixture of orange and red hair dye in my hair. So I feel like it matches really nicely. Like it's a pretty good, pretty spot on match. And I think that's everything for the eyeshadow. So I have the Wet n Wild Mega Last Primer, NYX Glitter Primer. I have this Revolution Streamline Eyeliner in the shade Orange. In my waterline, I have this Got To Be Brow Gel on my brows. I have the Firework Mascara by Maybelline. The Rimmel Kind and Free Concealer in the shade Tan. I have my Colourpop Super Shock Blush in the shade All Laced Up. This orange warm blush. I also have this All About Matte setting powder, or like pressed powder from Essence. I just have it depotted and I repressed it into a smaller pan. And for highlighter, what am I wearing as a highlighter? Oh, from the Miyo Makeup palette, I have the shade Fairy Dust because it's my Pandos eyeshadows palette. And I'm getting pretty close to pan. Like I I'm not sure if I can already see a pan or if it's just one of the particles, but I'm definitely gonna use it tomorrow as well, or like in the next couple of days. And either I'm gonna get a pan out of this or I'm gonna have to wear it more than that. But it looks like there's a pan happening soon, so that makes me excited. And then a lip combo. I'm wearing the Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Chestnut Perfection. It's a deeper brown. And then I have two Udens eye lipsticks. These ones are from the Angelica Halloween bundle. I have the matte in the shade Swamp Fog. It's this like brown color. And then I have the Glow in the shade Radioactive. It's like a yellowy, glowy one that doesn't have too much product in it anymore. And yeah, that's kind of everything for this look. So this is the close-up, and I think you can still see that the lid is pretty dark. I just really wanted like a deep base, and I think I really liked how it looked just matte with maybe just like an inner corner. So I think I'm gonna do that in the next couple days. Maybe it's gonna be in this collection, maybe it's gonna be in another collection, but yeah, that's kind of the look and I love it. So see you tomorrow. Hi guys, so today I kind of combined a couple different things from my like project pan and stuff like that, because I'm just really trying to focus on that this year. So I kind of started with the Mighty Monster palette by Udens Eye in collaboration with Annette Oberstad. This is the Legendary Diversa collection, and I started with the shade Jormungandr. I still have no clue if that's how you're supposed to pronounce that. But yeah, it's this deep kind of blue toned green, and I just started with that on in the outer corner to just really like lay down the depth. Then I used my Build Your Own palette for spring. This is how she looks like, and I've used this green shade. This one is actually a deep potted shade from my Hello Bean palette, and it's the shade It's Showtime from Short Cosmetics from Hello Bean. Then also from this palette I've used this repressed shade, or like not repressed, frankened shade, and this one is the Snowflake, I believe, mixed in with the shade from Tinkerbell, but I will write down the name on the screen because I can't remember. I think it's like Wonderland, or am I confusing that with the next shade? I think it's Wonderland, but I will write it on the screen. And yeah, I kind of frankened it with a little bit of that Snowflake because I just wanted to give it a little bit more sparkle, and I have that in the outer corner because it just, you know, it needs a bit of help, in my opinion. It's just not sparkly enough, and I like my sparkles. I also have the Serpent Scales kind of in the middle and like the first half of the lid, and that one is just gorgeous and stunning, and I love that. And then in my inner corner, and also as a highlighter, I have my Ependos eyeshadows shade from the Miyo Makeup, the Frog's Tail palette, and I've actually been able to hit pan, which is so exciting because I created 2 pans in the span of a week in my Pendos eyeshadows, and this is the shade Fairy Dust that was randomly picked for me. And as you can see, the pan is quite large because the pans are kind of shallow, and mostly I would use it as a highlighter. And today, since I also dipped for the, I first used it in the inner corner, I created the pan with the inner corner, and then I also expanded it for the highlighter because that was kind of the plan all along, to use it as a highlighter. So I'm so grateful that I finally have 2 of my 5 shades panned. These were the 2 easiest, but also like I just needed to boost myself up a bit so that I I'm kind of so that I'm like really excited for this. I'm using the same primers as every time, so the Wet n Wild and the NYX Glitter Primer. That's just kind of what I always do. I don't really have any other. And I have this waterline pencil. I have the lighter color. This is the brand name, but it's only in like one drugstore that I go to, so I don't really think you can get it. I have the Super Stay Concealer by Maybelline, the Lash Like a Boss mascara, the waterproof mascara by Essence. Then on my lips, I have the Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice, and this glow lipstick from Odin's Eye from the Halloween bundle that they've had with Angelica Nyquist, and this one is the shade Radioactive. It's kind of just like a glossy lip oil, and yeah, I just love this look. It's so pretty. This is kind of like a close-up a little bit. It's not the sparkliest look, but it's also like, it's pretty. And I was at work at 7 in the morning, so I was going, I'm trying to figure out when did I leave the dorm, but I think it was like after 6. So what I'm trying to say is that I really wasn't into doing something complicated. Brows, oh god, brows are the same as yesterday. It's the Softly shade from the Christmas Eve palette by Odin's Eye. It's one of my deep podded shades from that palette, and I just been really enjoying that as a brow product. I have the Got to Be brow gel. I also used this Tink shade from the Tinkerbell palette. On my lower lash line, kind of in the first half of the lower lash line. As you can see, this one has a pen. I'm just trying to expand the pen or use it 20 times. That's my goal for this one. And I feel like I could be able to use it up in 20 uses, because this one isn't, it's a very shallow pen, and also this shadow kind of, you need a lot of it. That's what I'm trying to say. And it could be like, I think next time I'm gonna do green look, I'm gonna use this as a base on the lid and then just top it with some topper or sparkly iridescent shimmer. And I also used my chiffon blush from Colourpop. It's the Super Shock blush. So you can see it's starting to crumble again, because again, it's just like at the bottom of the pan and it's hard to pick up even with my finger. So that one. And just to preface, because I don't know how long this video will be, I don't know like what's the number of looks we've talked about so far, but since I already have 2 of my Pendos eyeshadows done and like panned, I think the next one I'm gonna really focus on is gonna be the Idol shade, and that is a shade that I can use in my inner corner and as a highlighter as well. So yeah, I think that's gonna be like a focus in the next couple looks, either in my inner corner or as a highlighter. So just be prepared that you're gonna see that a lot. But I don't even know how deep those pans are, because I've never panned these singles from Little, but I feel like it shouldn't be too much. Like, they don't look all that deep. Maybe kind of. But yeah, that's what you're gonna see a lot in the future, probably. And yeah, I think that's everything. I'm trying to kind of search through all the products, but I think this is also one more close-up on the look. Oh my god, my hair is, I need to wash it right now. But yeah, this is the look. It's very pretty and I love it. And also I just love the brow shade. Like, I can't believe I haven't used that shade before on my brows, because it's just so perfect, especially now with the hair color. But yeah, let me know what you think about this one. Let me know how you're doing with your project pans. If you have any kind of project pen, Pendos eyeshadows, project 20 uses, or however many uses. If you have any of these projects, let me know how you're doing so far. And I'll see you tomorrow with another look. Hi guys, so here's another look. And today I decided to do something a little bit more matte heavy. There's still a bit of shimmer because I just need shimmers, but I definitely want a little bit more towards the matte look. And that's because I kind of got this idea a couple days ago. I think it's like 4 days ago, when I wore a similar look on the weekend, just with different inner corner and with the shimmer on the lid, and I just kind of really loved how it looked as a matte look as well, so I wanted to recreate that today. So there's like a fluff here. Anyways, so I kind of used my like project pen eyeshadows, project pen palettes, and other project products which I've been like quite good at lately. I've been trying. So I have the Solmona 2 by Odin's Eye, the original one. And I started with the shade Black Hole on the lid to kind of really like have a deep base there. Then I used one of my depotted shades from my Christmas palette, and this one is the shade Gingerbread from Merry Christmas by Odin's Eye. And I have that in the crease. It's a beautiful kind of deep orange brown look, brown eyeshadow. Then I have this shade Warm Light. As you can see, I've used that a lot lately, and like in general, it's my favorite shade. One of a couple favorite shades in this palette. And I have that kind of all throughout the crease, under the brow, in the inner corner, kind of wrapping it up. So it's like the center is the black, then around it is the orange, and then around it is this warm light yellow. So that's the way I structured it. Then in the inner corner I have my Project 20 Uses palette, which is the Laguna palette by Glamshop, and I have the shade Coraloviet in the inner corner. It's beautiful. I also have the shade Reisky as a highlighter on my face because it's just so pretty. And what else did I use? I think that's everything from eyeshadows. I also used this eyeshadow, which is a depotted shade from the Christmas Eve. It's the shade Softly, and I have that in my brows, as I did a couple days ago as well, or like in the past couple days as well. I have the Got To Be brow gel. I have this Essence waterline pencil in the it's a Chertruse black waterline pencil. And I have this Essence Lash Like a Boss mascara, this Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. I don't have my NYX glitter primer since I'm not wearing any like glitters and shimmers. I have the Superstay concealer by Maybelline. Oh my god, can you work? I also have my blush from Cosmic Beauty, and this is the Cosmic Beauty, how they call it, Buttermelt or something like that. And this one is in the shade Nutmeg. It's a beautiful, it looks very brown in the pan, but it's actually quite like orangey on me. If you don't go too hard, it's gonna be more orange, and it's just so pretty, especially with that eyeshadow from the Laguna. And then my lip combo, I have this Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. Beautiful neutral one. And then I have two lipsticks from the Halloween bundle from Odin's Eye. It's the collaboration with Angelica Nyquist, and I have the matte one in the shade Swamp Fog. It's kind of like a brownie gingerbready shade. And then I have the Glow in the shade Radioactive, kind of as a topper. It looks a lot like a what's the word? God, I forgot what it's called. Lip oil. It kind of looks like a lip oil. And yeah, I think that's everything what I'm wearing today. So pretty basic look. It wasn't that hard to do since I didn't have to do any shimmers. And these blend really nicely together. And also, like, I used small brushes, so you don't really have to blend too much if you have like really small brushes. It's kind of easier. So yeah, and I think it's nice. Like I'm not used to wearing eye looks like this, and it's definitely not something that I'm gonna do often, but it's also like kind of fun. And yeah, let me know what you think about this one. And I think this is the last look of this collection. So thank you so much for watching this, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another video. So bye. Hi guys. So here's another look, and today I kind of combined my Project 20 Uses palette. So I have the Avatar The Last Airbender, the Laguna by Glamshop, and also a couple singles from my Pandos eyeshadows. So mainly I use the Avatar The Last Airbender Earth palette by Little Cosmetics. Love this one. It's in my spring eyeshadow palette collection, and it's just so beautiful, and I haven't really used it since I bought it, but this is just so pretty. I love this look. So I used the shade 575, kind of throw the whole crease. There's some kind of dirt over here. Then I have Passing Say in the outer part, and I used Vanshitong in as like how is this called, liner, as a liner. Sorry, I can't, sometimes I don't know how to do this. And then I have the like Lao Guy, throw the lid, a little bit of metal bending in the outer part, the Kiyoshi in the inner corner. So gorgeous. Love that sparkly shimmer so much. And then on the lower lash line, I have two of my Pandos eyeshadows, and it's from my Tinkerbell palette. So one of them is the shade Neverland. This one. I'm gonna zoom you in. I feel like that will be better. So this one, I actually mixed it with the shade Snowflake by Christmas Eve, from Christmas Eve by Odin's Eye, because I just wanted it to be a little bit more sparkly, and it's gonna probably take me forever to hit pan, because this pan that I have it in is pretty deep, and also it's a format that you're not gonna use too much of anyways. But I have that in the outer part of the lower lash line, and I also have the shade Think from the same palette. If I can take it out, and this one already had pan when I rolled it in, so this one is expand the pan or use it up. And the shade Think, I've used that kind of in the first half of the lower lash line. It's a really pretty shade, but it's just not sparkly, and I do like my sparkles. Then what else am I wearing? I have the Chertruse, what is it? Chertruse Flash waterline pencil, and this one is the NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick. It's kind of like a metallic pencil. I have my Lash Like a Boss mascara by Essence. Then I have my regular primer, so the NYX Glitter Primer and Wet n Wild Mega Last Eyeshadow Primer. I have the Brow This Way pencil by Rimmel in the shade Blonde, I think that's how it's called. Yeah, I can't read anything, but I think it's the shade number 3 called Blonde. And the Got To Be Brow Gel, I think I'm gonna use it tomorrow for the last time, because I just can't really get much out, if anything. I have this Revolution Fast Based blush in the shade Peach. I have this Laguna palette by Glamshop for highlighter, and now I'm kind of wondering, but I'm pretty sure I've used the shade Coral yet. This one, so pretty. And then am I missing something? I have this Maybelline concealer, Then this Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Chestnut Perfection. It's a deep brown. And I also have two of my Angelica Nyquist and Odin's Eye collab from the Halloween bundle. And it's the matte lipstick in the shade Swamp Fog and the glow one in the shade Radioactive. So those are all the products that I'm wearing. I love them all. I love this look. It's just so pretty and fun and cute and springy, and I just love these shades. They're one of my favorite shades to ever wear on my eyes. And yeah, I mean, look at the sparkle. Like, I'm telling you, these little palettes are magical. I just, oh, like it's so, the first green on the lid, it's just so neon yellow green kind of. It's beautiful, and it's just the sparkle of these. It's so beautiful. It's so ethereal. It's so fairy-like. It's so just unbelievable. So that's everything for today, and see you tomorrow. Hi guys, so here's another weekly look. And today I kind of combined two palettes. One is the Winter Wonderland by Cosmic Beauty, and the other is my Bitten palette by Gourmand Girls, which is one of the newer palettes in my collection. So from the Gourmand Girls, I used the shade Elemental Dust. This one in the outer part of the, no sorry, in the inner part of the crease. And then I have the shade Haunted as the liner, and I have a little bit of Shapeshifter on the lower lash line. From the shimmers, I have the Slayer in the second half of the lid, Hysteria on the lower lash line, and the shade Mina in the inner corner. I also have the Cosmic Beauty with Winter Wonderland, as I said, and I used the shade Icicle kind of throughout the whole second half of the lid and crease. And then I have Frost in the first half of the lid, and it's just such a pretty shade. It's one of my favorite shades in this collection. Let me kind of zoom you in, maybe. Yeah, it's such a pretty look. It's just so soft and blue and pretty. I really like this one. I was very happy with it, and I actually had very little time in the morning, like maybe I think like 20 minutes to do my makeup, so I'm quite proud of that. I've used the Wet n Wild Mega Last Primer, the NYX Glitter Primer, this Udens Eye Somona Gel Liner in the shade 04. Then I have this Essence Lash Like a Boss Mascara, Superstay from Maybelline, the concealer, then my Brow This Way, and Got to Be Brow Gel. And then I have the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. And I have the Udens Eye and Angelica lipstick, and this is the Shine one called Spectral. And then as a blush, I have the usual Chiffon by Colourpop. This one is the Super Shock blush. I had to repress it again because it was impossible to use, and now it's literally just like the smallest amount, all kind of sticking to the pan. So I really hope that in the next like 2 weeks I'm gonna be able to use it up. And then as a highlighter, I used my Project Pandos eyeshadows shade, and this one is Idol from Little Cosmetics, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's a baby pan. So I've been able to, within the span of like 2 weeks, I've been able to hit pan on 3 of the 5 shades that I've rolled in. So I think I'm gonna I think I'm not gonna wait a month for an update, and I'm probably gonna do the update sooner since I filmed that video like late, like at the beginning of February. I'm just gonna start in the beginning of January with another update because, in the beginning of March with another update because I already have 3 shades that are out, and the 2 shades that are in are gonna take forever because one is to use it up completely and the other is Colourpop Shimmer, so that's gonna take forever. So I feel like I'm gonna probably pick some shades. But yeah, I think that's everything. I mean, you can't even see my lips, and I've been showing you the lipsticks. So yeah, that's the lips. And the eye look. Sorry, my hair is all dirty. But yeah, I was quite successful today. I've used a couple older products. This is obviously in my winter pad collection, which for me this is the end of February. It's the 28th. So yeah, I just wanted to use it for the last time. Because I'm probably not gonna reach for it too much for the next couple of months. I'm probably still gonna reach for it in the summer because it's very like watery as well, and I do like these in the summer as well. But I'm probably not gonna reach it too much. And I wanted to get some uses in the Bitten palette because this one is actually my Project 20 uses palette, and this is second time I've used it since I rolled it into that project. So we still have quite a long way to go with that one. So I just wanted to get some head start on that one. So yeah, let me know what you think about this look. And I used a lot of the highlighter, I know that, but like I saw that we're getting close to pan, and I just realized, you know what, let me just like actually use it properly as a highlighter. So yeah, who cares? But yeah, that's it for today. See you with the next look.